honorable guests, dear faculty and staff members, and students. My best wishes for 26th Foundation Day celebration of Strategic Management Forum. I join you to share some experiences and concerns on the topic. My first concern is that teaching and training strategic management, half or less, is dangerous for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Country. Equally important, if not more, is the fact that we in India miss out wonderful opportunities by not having good understanding of the process and power of. I'll cite you some instances. Have you ever seen batch size in MBA being increased from 35 students to 105 in just 4 months? Have you ever seen a batch size in MBA being increased fivefold from 60 to 300 in just 7 years? Would you believe that intake in 7 IIMs was just around 800 in the year 2008 and went up to over 5,000 in 2023 in 20 IIMs? Do you believe that even a senior citizen at the age of 74 can get a small oxygen plant of 50 liters per minute commission in 3 months and donate it to COVID-19 period? Have you ever heard of a company that came in net profit for the first time in its silver jubilee year? Have you ever heard how to conduct rigorous academic programs without a single faculty or staff on rolls or even a cupboard as asset and just 1-page annual accounts? Do you know how to reduce the cost of course material for management education to as low as 20% or even 10% or even to zero? Do you know how to develop course material for taking management education to the doorsteps of working managers placed in remote areas? Have you heard how to teach strategic management musically? Do you know how to expand without land or other assets at one's disposal? And so on. What are the wider ramifications of such ignorance for the larger society and economy of the country? This made me believe that India has a lot more potential and Indians have a lot more capability than normally manifested in everyday work life, but they are ignorant about it or shackled through socio-cultural practices which do not allow them to explore. The subject, strategic management and its conceptual framework got modified when the cases revealed how to create new opportunities and, more importantly, how to convert threats into opportunities, and how resource availability is often not a constraint, but how ready availability of resources at times becomes a constraint for managing growth as blinders. My slide here is based upon the 7 major or 8 major books which I was taught by my teachers between 1975 to 1979 and which I taught as a faculty later for 25 years. And in the process of handling administrative positions and case writing, I came across something which was very, very different than, not very different, but lot many new things were seen through the practice. Gradually, I noticed that from mid-70s, with the powerful work of Andrews, the SWOT analysis got so popular that the previous work of Ansoff and even the Andrews work got limited to SWOT analysis that was only strategy formulation. We, by and large, taught what is given in this conceptual framework, which divided strategic management process into strategy formulation and strategy implementation. Thus, a big void was left between strategy formulation and strategy implementation. Development of over 100 long and short case studies based upon experiences in a variety of Indian organizations led to conceptual refinement in the model of a strategic management process and the understanding of the dynamic relationship between strategy formulation and implementation for growth and development. Even more important point to be kept in mind is about managing change to meet the requirements of new strategies for growth and development, be it acquisition and development of different kinds of resources, in tandem while detailing the tasks involved in strategy implementation. This is perhaps weakest area in strategic management literature, which needs strengthening and requires a lot of emphasis on detailing on variety of issues like what do we do in detailing, asking questions like why we are doing it, who will do it, what is to be done exactly, how it is to be done, where it is to be done, when it is to be done, etc. These experiences led to a revision of basic conceptual framework given by Gluck and George in mid-80s to a more elaborate and comprehensive framework given here for understanding strategic management in a simple but useful. The framework has illustrative cases from Indian experiences embedded throughout as given in the next slide. An even more major deficiency often noticed is that the curriculum often have lopsided or partial view of the entire business a firm is in, undermining other significant aspects, especially managing embryonic stage of a new product development. The details given here are not exhaustive but fairly indicative to help a strategic management student, teacher or trainer and working executive grasp and comprehend the landscape of strategic management and decide what minimum to learn and teach and build further understanding on one's own.